Dillon Brooks poked the bear. He said he poked the bear, and the bear responded. The bear responded. LeBron responded like the bear in Revenant, the opening scene where the bear comes and it's like, man, is this scene ever going to end? Is he going to be all right? But you know what? Just like in Revenant, there's still life after the attack from a bear that's been poked. And I don't even know if the guy in Revenant poked the bear, but y'all get it from there. I'm making this video because, like you, I've been on social media. Like many of you watching, I did not agree with what Dillon Brooks said. I think that there's a difference between trash talk and disrespect. And I think that was very disrespectful from my view. Maybe some of you all have your own views. Maybe some of you agree. But I think there's a difference between trash talking and disrespect. Now, as I was scrolling on social media, looking at him getting cooked, because he's getting cooked, and it's part of it. You know, if you poke the bear, if you come out and say these things, you got to hold up on your end of the bargain. But as I was scrolling through social media, looking at all this stuff, reading this stuff about him, my heart tugged because I work in player development. So you're checking out this page right here. This is the Beyond the Field page. I've worked in player development. You can check out my podcast here. We have the playlist and things like that. In my role, I help our players. So player development, I define it as the enhancement of the athlete experience through intentional and holistic programming, initiatives, development, things like that. So as I was scrolling, going through the stuff, kind of like, man, you know, you reap what you sow. I thought to myself, like, man, but what would I do if I was in that position? If I was working for the Grizzlies and I was in player engagement or player development, how would I help Dillon Brooks? This page is dedicated to my passion for helping athletes. Now, what he said is what he said. What happened is what happened. But if I was in the role, how would I help Dillon Brooks? And so I came up with 6 things, 6 ways that I would help him at the end of this series as he's dealing with whatever he's dealing with. And I'm not here to diagnose anything, but there has to be disappointment, right? Nobody loses a series and is like, yay, we lost a series. But before I get started on those 6, I want you to like and subscribe, click the channel there, check out my podcast. And thank you. I want to thank you so much for coming to this YouTube channel. The first thing I would do to help Dillon Brooks is make sure he had someone to talk to. Now, talking to someone doesn't necessarily mean, once again, I'm not diagnosing anything. It's just having someone to talk to. If I was in the role, I would make sure that he knew he could hit my line. He knew that if he needed somebody else to talk to outside the organization, I could get that for him. But that's the first thing I would do is make sure he had someone to talk to about the season, about the series, about all of it. It's a long season. The NBA season is a long season. But the first thing I would do is make sure he had avenue to speak to someone. In talking about the NBA season and how long it is and 82 games plus the playoffs and different things like that, I would help him celebrate the successes. Now, of course, all this is happening after he's ready to talk, after he's kind of flushed some of this out. But I would celebrate some of the successes. It was a successful season for the Grizzlies, and you have to celebrate. It's a long season, and sometimes you forget about the accomplishments you have. Now, my experience is in college football, but that can happen too, where some of our players will forget about the great things they've done. The third thing I would do is make sure that there's any charity work, any basketball camps, anything that he had to show up, anything that he's passionate about in the community, that those are set and that he will show up. Now, I bring that up because those people who will be going there will, you know, you're going to hear the chatter about, hey, well, he didn't go to the media. Is he going to show up for this event? Is he going to do it? Whatever it may be. That would be the third thing I'll do, is just to get with him, ensure that, hey, we got these charitable events. You got this going on. Here's your foundation. Just make sure everything's tied up. I'm not saying that he would skip out on that. I don't think he would. But there's going to be chatter based off what people saw in the series with him avoiding the media. Number 4, a lot of you all might not like this, but I would talk to him about branding and marketing opportunities. Business is business. I tweeted this out a long time ago. Like him or not, he was building a master class on building your brand. Now, once again, the skipping, the media, that could have tarnished a few things, but there's still people out there. He's still polarizing, and companies want their message, their products spread. This is a great opportunity for him to capitalize with branding, marketing, companies, different things like that. Some of y'all might not like it, but honestly, basketball is not going to last forever. Hopefully he has a career as long as LeBron James. I don't know if I'm not a basketball expert, so I'm not going to say yes or nay or whatever, but I hope he does. I hope they all do. I hope they're all healthy and they have long careers. But even if that does happen, you can use this. You got to use it. It's there. The fifth thing, you got to start planning for the next year. So we would sit down and discuss the plans for the next year, what he plans to do. I don't know what whole free agency deal. I don't know all that stuff. I don't know what that's going to shake and look like. But if I was in a role, I still would kind of get time to just go with some personal goals, maybe some professional goals, some athletic goals that he has, and just help him with that. Set some things in place. These are, markers to meet, goals to meet, tangible goals to meet. Before I get to the last thing, if any of this has helped you, please like here. Once again, I'm not here to smash Dillon Brooks. What happened. You reap what you sow. That's how I was taught. But this is me saying, if I was in a role at player engagement or player development for the Memphis Grizzlies, this is how I would help them. And so the last thing I would do is really discuss what he learned. What did you learn from the season? But specifically, what did you learn from this situation with calling out LeBron? Now, that would not happen immediately. There's sensitivity, there's time there, but everything's a learning opportunity in life. What did he learn? What did he learn about himself? What did he learn about going after the greatest in the game right now? There's a lot of things to learn. What did he learn about his teammates? What did he learn about the supporters he had? Did people that were close to him fall off? You find out stuff like this. And so I would talk to him about the things that he learned from this situation. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Hit that like button. I am not here to smash Dillon Brooks. He came out and he said what he had to say. You got to read what you sow. Dillon, if you see this, man, I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a long career. I do like things about your game. I think a lot of fans do like things about your game. This is a video to encourage, and this is really for me. I'm about player development and helping athletes, and this is what I would do in a role to help Dillon Brooks as he comes off this series loss. Well, since you're here, I got a playlist about the questions of player development. Have a playlist of beginning in player development. Here's a video of the things I learned my first year in player development, and make sure you like and subscribe. Have a great one.